Love, on the topic of love. We could define love as some sort of attraction. Um, when when an interest in a thing increases, um, we could call that love. When we develop interest in something to such a large degree, we could call that love, and it's manifested by attraction. Now, from the Vedic perspective, um, no thing exists separately from everything else. As a matter of fact, when you put all this together, you get one seamless reality, which is called the absolute truth. And that absolute truth is in Vedic text called Krishna. So Krishna is God, the supreme personality of Godhead, and everything that we see is simply a manifestation of Him. More particularly, manifestation of His energies. Now, to have attraction or develop interest, develop attraction to an energy of Krishna, without reference to Krishna, is an incomplete form of love, and will always result in in problem or multiple problems. Therefore, one of the characteristics of complete development of love is called Shubhada in Sanskrit language. Shubhada. In other words, that love will be complete, and Shubhada means it will give auspiciousness. In other words, it is all auspicious. To describe this, I'll give a negative example. For example, boy loves a girl, and a girl loves the boy. But the boy and the girl eat the chicken. So what is the nature of love that's developed in the minds and hearts of these two living entities, boy and a girl, if they can eat the chicken? In other words, I love you, you love me, but we torture the chicken, Or, I love my sister, but to hell with my neighbor, would be another example. So these are the forms of incomplete love. Therefore, we could not really call that love. And therefore, in the Vedic texts, there is no word for love. There are actually multiple words that describe the development of love, all the way down from kama, which means selfish pleasure, very often called also lust, to the topmost development of love called prema. So therefore, prema means to develop attraction, particularly to the source of all energies. Because by loving the source of energies, one properly and fully and completely develops all auspicious love for everyone and everything. On the other hand, if one develops interest, or so-called love, for an energy of God without reference to God, to Krishna, Super Soul, one will not get to the Shiv with that love equally. And therefore, in Sanskrit language, that is not called love. I love my husband, I love my wife, but then, I don't know, hurt someone else. Doesn't matter. So that's an incomplete form of love, and in Sanskrit it's called kama, or lust. In other words, I love my husband, like my wife, my girlfriend, whatever it is, friend, because they provide something for me. But when they cease to provide that thing for me, then all of a sudden I don't have that love anymore. Therefore, proper, complete development of love is the universal love. When there is love for the source of it all, then the love is equally the Shiva, and therefore the example is given of watering the root of a tree rather than watering, leaves and flowers of a tree. By watering the root, in other words, the source of all energies, the whole tree gets nourished. Loving propensity or love is properly the Shiva, and therefore can be called love. And everything else is just mere reflection of it, or we could say incomplete love. Hare Krishna.